Hello everyone and welcome to the Mental Rampage. I'm Cole and I'm going to be playing Kingdom New Lands, a side-scrolling RTS style game. If you don't know what an RTS is, it's real-time strategy. It's basically kind of like you're a general and you're controlling an army. And despite the fact that it's a side-scroller, it's actually pretty strategic, so it's pretty fun. But anyway, this is just going to be like a short series that's going to be a tutorial slash playthrough, kind of showing you how the game works and how fun it is and how best to survive, because it's not necessarily the easiest game if you don't know what you're doing. Kingdom. So yeah, you play through the entire game like this. You're a king on a horse, or a queen. You can kind of switch through them in the beginning of the game if you like. There's a previous monarch there, as I understand it, giving me an idea of what I'm supposed to do. Normally I don't start in the tutorial because it starts you a little bit later in the day, and unfortunately it forces you to buy a builder, which in my opinion is kind of a waste of money to start. But I'll kind of explain that as I go along. So, like I said, it's really simplistic. I'll use the arrow keys and shift. You don't even have to use shift. You can double click if you want to run. But you just have a coin purse, and you have coins in the purse. You hire citizens, and you can hire them as different things, as hunters and builders and farmers. I think those are the only three professions in this game. I always find all these little guys look like Trump with their floppy, semi-blonde hair. I don't know, maybe it's just me. So, I guess I should explain a little bit. This starting area right here is your kingdom, or it's what you're going to build up from. The fire being the very center of the kingdom. These are vendors that you can use to purchase either bows, or you can purchase hammers, and then the citizens that you've hired will pick up those tools, and they will just become that profession. Builders build things, obviously, and hunters hunt things. And they're also kind of your guards. They fight the monsters that come during the night, because, like a lot of games today, monsters come during the night. Take my money. So you go out to these little settlements here, and you hire citizens, and then they just kind of walk back. Hopefully walk back quickly enough that they don't get murdered during the evening. They don't actually get murdered, actually. The monsters just steal their coin. Now, when you walk over your citizens, if they have any coin, they'll drop it for you. This hunter's been hunting rabbits out here, and rabbits and deer drop money for you. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but why wouldn't it let me? Oh, it's forcing me to build a wall. This is one of the reasons why I don't like doing the tutorial. Strategically, it's not actually all that advantageous. You don't need to build walls, really, in the first 2 nights. So, recruit one more. I already recruited everyone that I can. Why you just floating around pointing at me? You know what? Alright, I wanted to show you guys the opening, but I'm actually just going to restart. It'll only take a couple seconds to get back up to where I am. So, it's like a single game playthrough. You can't have multiple games going at once, and all you can do is completely restart. It auto-saves, I think, every evening. So, you know, if you make a mistake, that's it. You've made a mistake. There's no coming back from it. You can click down in the loading screen here, and it'll wait for you. And there's just different color variations that you can go through. Hold to skip. There we go. Yeah, you stay in there. I don't need you dictating what I do with my kingship. So, first thing you want to do, start your fire, hire a couple citizens. I get 2 bowmen right off the bat because, like I said, you don't really need walls within the first couple days of this game, because your archers just shoot straight into the enemies. And what is it? Oh, it's the dog. There you go. Hey, buddy. Actually, most people kind of find the dog annoying because all it does is follow you around and it barks if there are possible enemies in front of you. But anyway, I guess I should explain kind of the purpose of the game. There are it's all, left or right. It's all horizontal. And on either side of you there are portals. And every evening, and sometimes if you stand too close to them for too long, these creatures come out of the portals and they steal your money. And the way that you lose in this game is if they hit you enough times, and if they take all the coins that are in your coin purse. Oh, dang. If they take all the coins that are in your coin purse, then no, turn back. Eventually, the last time they hit you, they'll actually knock the crown off your head. And if they take your crown, then you can't be king anymore because you don't have a crown. You can't just go back and buy a new crown, I guess. So what I'm doing here is one of the best ways to get money. There are 3 ways to get money in this game. There are miscellaneous chests kind of out in the world that you can find. I'll get another one. No, I'll get a builder. There are miscellaneous chests that you can find out in the world, and so they'll just drop a bunch of money. Another way is your hunters kill deer and rabbits, and they drop money. It's more kind of... It makes sense because... No, I don't... No, leave me alone. Go away. Stop. Stop. No. Obviously, deer don't just have cash on them, or do not just have cash on them. But it's kind of the idea of their value of the pelts and the food and things rather than, you getting those things and then trying to sell it on a market. It's more of a quick system where it just gives you... Oh, enemies are coming. I should go back. So yeah, you mostly don't want to get hit in this just because you don't want to lose money. You definitely don't want to drop your crown because then it's all over. So the way you win this game is over time. You expand your kingdom, and you're actually able to send out small factions of soldiers. Oh, no, turn, come back. Ah, yeah. You can send out small factions of soldiers that will fight the portals and destroy them. And there isn't any real way to win, because even though you can destroy all the physical portals, there's one portal that cannot be ultimately destroyed, because you destroy it and it just comes back in a few days. Comes back in a few days. Do I have any more citizens that I can... There we go. And you can expand your kingdom by expanding the fire here. But yeah, so in Kingdom New Lands, they kind of added length to the game by, in the original kingdom, you just destroyed the portals and that was the end of the game. But in this version, there's a boat, I don't know if you noticed, over to the right of us. And you can fix up that boat and then you just travel to a new island and the whole thing starts over. But every time that you go through one island, you can actually open up a new feature, I guess. You can open up a new feature for the next level, whether it be... Oh, thanks. You can open up a new feature, whether it be a better mount or, different builders and things like that. So, the more you play, the more you get, or the more that becomes available to you. So, it's pretty fun. So, one of the ways that I try to get money early on in the game is if you run at these deer for long enough, eventually they'll turn around and go behind you because you're catching up to them. Is there a portal over? Ooh, actually, I will get this. This just allows you to upgrade your walls and everything more. So it's definitely worth the money. And I would get that, relatively soon. This here is a shrine for your archers. Every time that you power this up, for one day, all of your archers are... I don't know if they do more damage or if they're just more accurate. I know for sure they're more accurate, which really helps because on occasion there are blood moons. And they're just a whole swath of enemies come at once. Here's one of those chests I was talking about. But yeah, a whole swath of enemies come at all at once. Okay, there's only... Maybe there's only one portal in this. So that's the big wall portal that you cannot destroy. You can destroy it, but it just comes back. the smaller portals are the ones that you mainly want to focus on, and they disappear when you destroy them. That's it. In fact, actually, they become really cool teleporters, so that's neat. But that's new music. Where's my puppy at? There you are. My doggo. Yeah, he's ultimately useless, because all he does is just bark when there are enemies coming, and you know when enemies are coming if you play this game long enough, which is, you know, long enough being, I don't know, like 20 minutes or something. You know that they come at night, so it really doesn't make that much of a difference. The biggest difference is when you're in the forest, it's dark anyway, so I guess it's helpful in that respect, but go to my hunters. So yeah, this is one of the best ways to make money up until you get the more efficient method, which would be farming. You just scare deer back into your hunters, because your hunters don't go out into the woods. They stay relatively close to your settlement, which is actually quite advantageous. I will get a couple more of those. Do that. Get one more builder. So the strategy that I run with in this game is get as many archers as you possibly can. You only really need a few builders because you're not building that many things at once, but you need hunters because you need them to be able to fight off the monsters that come in the evening. And don't bother don't bother building walls right away, because if you keep upgrading your settlement, your kingdom every day or every option that you get the chance, it will actually automatically build walls as you upgrade it. Like, I didn't choose to upgrade either of these walls, but because I upgraded my settlement again, it chose to upgrade those. So I'll show you guys the monsters that come. You're saying they're coming from over here. I know they come from both directions. Where are you? Oh, they already... Oh man, I missed them. Okay. Alright, well maybe another time. There'll be plenty of opportunities to see them. This is a game that really focuses on getting a good start. Not as much in Kingdom Newlands. Especially early on, I find it goes a lot more easy on you. But in Kingdom, the first one, it's basically just a survival game. You last as long as you can. And it gets really hard to stay around. So now that I've upgraded my kingdom some more, I have access to this, which is catapults. If I put money in this, it sends a catapult to the right, and that one sends a catapult to the left. It just sends to the outermost wall. Your archers will always go to the outermost wall, which is why you need to be really choosy about where your outermost wall is. Because if what you want to do, or what you think you want to do, is just build every single wall that you see. Because you think naturally, you know, I want a lot of walls, I want a lot of defense to keep them from coming into my kingdom. But that doesn't actually help at all, because the archers, you cannot control them. They're all just kind of AI, they do whatever they want, and they'll always go to the outermost wall. So in this game, it's more important, it doesn't really matter how far away from your kingdom is, it's just more important that your outer wall is as strong as it possibly can be, so that all of the archers that instinctively go to the outermost wall will be safe. So another one of the strategies is you want to just keep getting citizens. And that's why you can clear out forest, and that's how you expand your kingdom horizontally, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to overtake settlements where citizens are, where they spawn, these little encampments. Because if I take that single tree, this encampment will disappear, which means I have less citizens spawning, and there are a fixed amount of encampments. So you really hinder yourself if you get rid of all the encampments, because now you can't get any more citizens. Yeah. I probably shouldn't be doing this as late, because they're going to work on the walls, but... So, that masonry statue that I upgraded, I don't know if you can remember that. but that's what gave me the ability to get these stone walls. Until you get that, you can't actually do these. Here are my free walls. I mean, free to a degree. I didn't spend money buying walls. Come on. Oh, the reason why I'm saying that might have been a bad idea is because now the rain is always an indication that a blood moon is coming. So tonight is going to be a blood moon. And if these guys don't build up this wall fast enough, then we might be in trouble. If monsters attack your guys, they drop their utensils. Oh, it's not a blood moon tonight. Okay, rain is usually an indicator of a blood moon. It will always rain before a blood moon, but it won't necessarily always be a blood moon after rain. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Now we're safe. So yeah, if monsters attack your citizens, they'll just knock the tools out of their hands and take those. So your citizens won't actually die. First they'll knock the tool out of their hand, then they'll take the coin that you hired them with from them. Which is just more unfortunate because you lose money out of it. And money's kind of what keeps you alive in this game. I haven't seen a single monster this whole time. Is the game glitched? Is this going to be super easy because there just aren't going to be any monsters attacking ever? I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Just going to expand my land here. Another couple tips. When you clear out trees and the forest naturally goes away, all of this flat area turns into grassland, and then rabbits start spawning there. So you can use those. This will turn into a farm if I put money into it. There's actually a lot about this game to talk about that I did not think about. There's a lot of strategy to it. Despite, like I said, despite the fact that it's actually really simplistic gameplay, you know, left, right, hold down to drop money, and shift to sprint. Despite the fact that the controls are really simple and everything, it's actually quite strategic and requires a lot of, requires a lot of forethought if you want to succeed. In Kingdom Newlands, you still only start with a couple portals, so it's actually pretty easy. But every time that you move on to a new area, it gets more intense. Oh good, a new horse. I want the white one. No, give me the... Can I not get the white one? Hey, stop moving. There we go. I'm fairly certain that no matter what, if you get a horse, it's an upgrade. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. You guys are too far out. So, if I give these guys money, they'll just start steadily walking back to the encampment. But the part of the problem with that is if I give them money now, they're going to take a really long time to get there. Hold up, there are no portals on this. Okay. Well, this isn't the best... This episode isn't the most evident of strategy, because I don't even have to worry about enemies coming from the left. They only come from sides where there are portals. And since there apparently isn't a portal on this side, they're not going to come from this side. They're only going to come from the right side. Which means, strategically, you only have to build walls on the right side, because you only have to worry about enemies coming from the right side. See, they come from the portals, and once you destroy the portals, they don't come from that direction anymore. Except for whatever side the big portal's on, because you cannot destroy the big portal. It stays forever. Stop. There's like this RNG element where they randomly decide to run past me. And your horse only has so much stamina, so I don't want to waste my time chasing after them to get them to turn around again. It's kind of frustrating. Go. 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 That's probably why I haven't been seeing enemies. I've been splitting my... I've been going back and forth. I haven't been focusing on one side. Alright. There they are. Their little wavy hands. And that's it. That's Kingdom Newlands. Alright, guys. I'm just kidding. Every night you get progressively more and more enemies. So this game does get really crazy. And usually they're coming from both directions, so that makes it a little bit more intense. I don't know why it's so easy in this particular one. If I'm just on one of the easier islands. Because I didn't actually pick an island, I just started a new game. But... so yeah, the way to beat this game is to eventually build up this boat. To build up that boat, and then you get on the boat, go to the new area, and voila. Also, kind of an unfortunate thing, especially considering how far out this is. You can only chop down forest from the outside in. That was a really bad idea. There's a blood moon tonight. You can't stop when you start a building project, so my builders are going to run all the way out here and start cutting down these trees, and there's nothing I can do about it now. They're just going to do it. So I might lose my builders tonight because they're actually going to be pretty close to the portal. But we'll see. So all these little brooks are farms, all these little mounds are walls, all the stone encampments are archer towers that you can make. So there is a randomly, every level is randomly generated to a degree. I think there's always that camp right next to your settlement, to the right or to the left. There's always one right next to you, which is nice because that's your best, that's how you feed your settlement and keep growing citizen-wise. You can never have too many archers, but quite honestly.